Kristen, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Now, you are working as a business coach at the moment, mainly, aren't you? So you're helping small businesses, but you also know you do a little bit of personal work as well.
Yeah, so I'm coaching, what have I got? 13 business owners, and I've got one personal client.
Fantastic. So congratulations on your success.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. How long have you been at the school for?
I joined May 2019. So I've been here for, 15 months. Feels like forever, but 15 months.
I know what you mean.
I've already said I'm never leaving, so just get used to me hanging around.
Part of the furniture.
That's right.
Now, you have a very unique story about what has brought you here and some of the things that you've overcome since you've been in the school. And I think you're a great example of how we're not just a community for people to just start a business. We're a community to come together and learn about ourselves and move to the next level of ourselves and whatever that be. And for everyone, it's completely different. Tell us a little bit about what happened before you joined the school and some of the things that you have learned about yourself since you've joined TCI.
Sure. So my journey began back in 2014, or probably longer than that, 2012, when my first husband was diagnosed with cancer. So he was 32 years old, so really young. My kids were 4 and 2, like so small. And I had a period of 2 years where I actually nursed him, many doctor's appointments, lots and lots of anxiety throughout those 2 years because we weren't sure what was going to happen. I was in denial most of the time, thinking, oh no, it'll work out. Everything always works out. And then it didn't. So in 2014, he passed away after 2 years of suffering and struggling, and we were just finding our way throughout those 2 years. And then I spent the next, 5 years finding myself again, burying my trauma in whatever I could do to bury it, exercise, food, whatever I could do at the time just to survive. So I got to a point where that was no longer working for me. And I sort of got to the lowest point in my life where I knew that I could no longer live the way that I was living. And if I was going to heal or move forward, then I needed to actually do something about that. And that's kind of where I found TCI.
And so what was it about TCI that said to you, okay, this is the place where I can start to do some healing at? Because it's such a significant, I think it's such a significant decision to make. And especially because of your journey. Like I can only imagine what it would be like to lose the person that you loved after so long. And then not only that, but have the 5 years after that, which wasn't really productive. It's like you didn't really, it didn't sound good at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to then say, okay, well, this is the place that I want to go into and trust into. What was it about TCI that communicated that for you, or what was your experience?
Yeah, so what really appealed to me about TCI was that I could not only heal myself, but I could get business training at the same time. So I could actually
very high achiever of you.
Yeah, so I could come and rediscover myself, but learn something that I could then carry forward at the same time. And I remember saying to my husband that obviously I joined in Pro Coach, and he's very analytical, and he's like, well, what are you going to be doing with this? And I just said to him, if I have to pay that much amount of money to just find myself again, then that's what I'm going to do. And I don't actually care how much it costs, because I'm worth more than however much the course fees were. And he just basically said to me, okay, do it. So it wasn't really like I came for business, but I came for myself as well. So it was like I could get 2 for the price of 1. Like, I know that kind of sounds lame, but I could get something to move me forward, because yes, it was about my healing, but it was also about my future and where I was also going.
Yeah.
Stepping forward.
Yeah. I love how you said that you knew that you were worth it anyway. no matter what. I think
Yeah.
that's really awesome because I love interviewing people and hearing about their business success. And I interview people from saying, well, I just got my first paying client to I have my own company and I'm earning millions of dollars a year and I now have the life that I've dreamed of.
Yeah.
But the thing that people always say is that that's always like secondary to the person that they have become. It's always secondary. People even say, oh yeah, no, yeah, I've got a business. But anyway, let me tell you about how I've grown. And let me tell you about the relationships that I have. And I really love that you made that a priority coming into this because you know, I think that if people were to do this only for the personal growth, then that would be such just a wonderful thing.
Well, I want to share my experience, you know, what I went through with other people. And I actually do that when I coach the business owners. Like I refer to some of the stuff that I've been through when, you know, they're going through challenges in their life, because we've all got challenges. It's just a different flavor. Yeah. So if I can, you know, show them that, you know, I've overcome some of those things that, you know, they may be being challenged with, and it's sort of like it's more inspirational for them that if I've done it, then they can do it too.
Yeah, I get that, which is wonderful. And so as you've gone on your own healing journey through TCI, what has been really significant for you? I know that a lot of people have tried so many different versions of personal development and done so many different courses and read so many books and seen so many different people. What was unique for you about your journey here?
Allowing myself to be vulnerable. And, you know, putting down my tough guy, tough girl mask, and accessing all of those traumas that I was escaping for 5 years, and allowing myself to actually heal from them. Like that has been the biggest, you know, I basically, if I go like this and I'm done, like that's all I needed. That's been the biggest reward for me. Yeah.
Well, and it's such a big deal. And I think that one of the most magical things about the community is the community is to be able to provide a space for people to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And to be able to say, hey, I don't have all the answers. I wish people could see a before and after of you, because I've seen your journey the entire time. And I think that you've even softened in your face. Like you're softer, you're warmer. And I remember when I first met you, I like you to like kind of like an army sergeant. It's like you're very lovely.
So true.
It was like business. It was like tell me what to do. And so through your journey, you've learned to put that mask down, and you've just become so much more emotionally available for yourself and for others. And how's that impacting your life?
Oh my goodness. My relationships with my kids are just like, I don't even have a word, if I'm honest. Like, it's just phenomenal. Like some of the things that my kids come out with, like I've taught them, and I just think, wow, like they are going to grow up to be such emotionally intelligent kids. Like for kids that have been through trauma, just like I have, they're very, very resilient, and they know that it's okay to be sad, and they know that it's okay to express how they feel. And I love that. I love that I've shared that with them, because previously, no, that was a no-no. Like, you didn't cry. You didn't do all of these things, you know. Brianna, stop crying? You're okay. Like that, like I would constantly try and shut her down because I wasn't okay with my own sadness. Right. However, now I'm like, let's cry together. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So it's really good. But also, like with my husband, like I've learned so much. Like I learned that I never let him fully in, because there was like a wall, right? If he came too close, it was almost like if something happened to him, I don't know how I could have dealt with that. And now I've allowed him to get as close to me as possible. So our relationship is so much closer than it's ever been. And I never imagined that it could be, if that makes sense.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I have no words.
It's really beautiful. And so tell us a bit about your business and the work that you get to do, and what is it that you are really loving about being able to serve other people. You were saying earlier that it wasn't just about your healing, it was also about your future. It's about your career and the work you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you also are a, what do you call it? Did you call yourself a personal trainer, or did you say like fitness expert, or just...
I'm a gym instructor, so I teach fitness classes.
Fantastic.
So I'm used to standing up on a stage and telling people what to do, pretty much.
And I know that you love that.
I love that.
You love the part of it, but it's like it's not necessarily a full-time career option. Do you know what I mean? Like to do only that. I know that you love it because you love it, and it's a lovely thing for you to do. So what is awesome, and what are you loving about the career that you have created to add on to what you're already doing?
So in the gym, I bring out the best in the people in front of me, right? Like it hits three of my values: creativity, health and fitness, and love. Like I express that in my classes. But what I love about in my business is I get to bring out the best in people in a business in the same way. So I love seeing someone excel. It actually gives me more than me doing it. Like to see them overcome something gives me such joy. So I just love it. So I love being able to share what I've learned with people in a business, when it's, leadership, or whether it's accessing their own emotional stuff and working through that. Like that really lights me up. So to be honest, I actually am not here to make money. That is not why I have a business. I'm here to share the love and bring out the best in other people.
It's beautiful. And it's a wonderful way to lead. It's a wonderful thing to say, because it's one of the things I talk about in the trainings all the time is don't lead just because you want to have a business. Lead because you want to lead. Lead because you want to make a difference. You want to contribute. And then that's actually the best way to have a business if that's your goal. But do it because you care and do it because you love.
Yeah. One of the things that, Matt, that you've taught me is I have it on my board right in front of me: give, not get. Like you get after you give. So the more you give, the more you get.
Totally. So well said. Now, Kristen, there's bound to be so many people that'll be inspired by what you've shared today and your story. What would you say to someone who's considering taking their first step and joining TCI and becoming a coach?
You will never regret it. It'll be the best day of your life, and it'll continue to be the best day of your life moving forward. Like I wish I found you guys 5 years before I found you. Like it's changed my life, honestly. I'd probably be dead. And that's no joke. Like if I didn't find TCI, I don't know what would have become of me. I hate to even think. So the ripple effect from me actually joining the school is affecting so many other people, not just myself. So if you're sitting on the fence and you're unsure, you just have to do it. It'll be the best decision of your life, honestly. I'm never looking back. And like I said, I'm never leaving. So you're stuck with me.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
You're so welcome. Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.